Hi Baes, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time joining me, my name is Ofente Muduka and I am your book bae. Your book bae is in the building. Your book bae is here to stay, and that's on. So today I just decided that I would film a sit down video. I actually just finished filming another video just before this one where I reviewed Sunyati's book, A Family Affair. So if you'd like to see how I put together this look inspired by the colors of the book, just the appearance, then I will link that. Then just have a look for that video on my channel. I don't think it will be up immediately when I post this one. That's going to be coming at you fast and furious. So I'm a little bit tired, but I just felt like, you know what, I'm in this mood. I have the time. It's Women's Day, so I'm not at work today, so I have some time to just do some content. And what I wanted to do is a sit down video. This is like a chit chat, and we're just going to discuss what's been happening on the Real Housewives of Cape Town. Because if you know me and if you've been around this channel for long enough, you know that one thing about me, I love the Real Housewives franchise. Like, that is just actually for me the pinnacle of reality television, because all the different franchises just offer so much. But like, I'm not sure about the Cape Town girlies, but at the end of the day, we move. So I felt like right now would be a good time for you to subscribe if you haven't, because at this channel, there's variety. We talk books, we talk lifestyle, we talk anything actually that is interesting to me at that point in time. I like to think of it as an extension of myself, so I'm still kind of dabbling in other things. We started off as a bookish channel, but now I just feel like I want to explore and I want to just put myself out there more. We've got some vlogs if that's your vibe. We've got some sit down into conversations with other favorites and friends of the channel. So just check out the content and let me know what you like, what you're reading, and what you'd like me to discuss on the channel, because I am open today. This is actually, did you hear that? I hope I hope the cam picked it up. So this is actually one of my favorite drinks, Brutal Fruit, the strawberry one. Please besties, very important. I don't like the ruby apple don. I find it to be quite bitter. This one is so enjoyable because it's almost like, we've got some ice there, it's almost like juice. So I know that a lot of people say that, cheers, mwah. I know that a lot of people say that you shouldn't actually drink ciders with ice because it dilutes it. It's better to just have the cider as is. These haven't been in the fridge. Disclaimer. Obviously, I don't know these ladies personally, so they could be very different than how they're being portrayed on the show. We know that sometimes people just highlight, particularly these reality television producers, they put out there what looks good and what will sound, what will cause the most outrage, because ultimately they want people to watch the show. They could be completely different from how they represented on the show IRL. So cheers, let's get into the video. Alright, so first, before I actually go into each individual housewives, I just want to speak about Real Housewives of Cape Town, like in gens, because I get to be like, it's not giving Real Housewife. It's not giving, you know, the franchise is quite prestigious, and I feel like, I guess that every franchise has its teething moments, so you're just basically trying to find yourself as a franchise. The cast members, obviously, I'm not like most of the ladies who enter the show have never been on a reality television show ever, so this is their first time doing that, which is obviously like a huge adjustment. Having cameras follow you everywhere you go can't be easy, particularly if you used to live in your life a certain way. It's like, I feel like at some stage you're always just going to be cognizant of the fact that people are watching you. Cool. So just in general, I don't feel like the show is giving. I feel like there's something that's missing, and I'm not sure if, but I'm willing to give it a second chance. Like, I'm willing to watch the second season, if there is a second season, if it is renewed, because I'm not sure if the chances, if South Africa is really enjoying Real Housewives of Cape Town. I know that when Real Housewives of Johannesburg came out, people were kind of like iffy as well. Then the first season of Real Housewives, the first season of Real Housewives of Durban came out, and then everybody was eating it up. But then since the second season, people haven't been sure, but that is a discussion for another day. So in general, do I feel like Real Housewives of Cape Town is giving? I don't feel like it is. I don't feel like it's giving Real Housewives. It's giving reality television show, definitely, but I don't feel like it's giving Real Housewives. So now I'm just gonna get into each of the cast members on the show. Right now this video is being recorded. I just finished watching episode 4 of the season, so this could also be like a recap video slash what I'm thinking about each cast member at this point in time. Let's start with Beverly. I'm just going to list them by their first names. She's so sweet, and I think for now I like her. I think she is definitely giving housewife. She kind of exemplifies like what the housewife brand is about, you know. It's not necessarily just about living the soft life. A lot of the housewives are entrepreneurial. A lot of the housewives have their own things, and they are businesswomen, they're business owners, they are boss bees who are out here doing the things, you know what I mean? So I get that from Beverly. She's spoken briefly about her restaurant. She's spoken briefly about how she bought her first property at 28. So she's already had that business mind from a very young age, and it's important, I think, for young girls to see that type of woman on television, for them to just see what's possible for them, and also just realize that soft life doesn't necessarily mean being dependent on a man or being dependent on anyone else. Not that there's anything wrong with that. However, I just think that it's nice to see a woman who has her own things. It's, you know, the freedom that gives you, there's nothing like it. I can't wait to experience that fully one day. Cheers to that. The two things that like have rubbed me the wrong way about her: that moment when she had the ladies on the yacht with no food, that was just the ghetto. When she was sneaking around Kamela's house with the mbebo, like I felt like that was weird. I felt like that crossed a boundary. But then once again, you have to be doing something for the reality television show, right? When it comes to the yacht, like I need everybody to understand, like when it comes to black people and an event, you cannot invite black people to your event and not have food. Like that is very important. Like that is like an integral part of any event. Like, why am I going to leave my house with a fully stocked fridge, come to your event and be hungry? It doesn't make sense. But I appreciate the fact that she did mention that in her culture, food is not a big thing. Like those words actually came out of her mouth, you know. So I suppose that showed a level of self-awareness. So for now, Beverly, yeah, she's cool. Like I'm yet to see what she's about, and she's become also quite vulnerable, sharing about her husband and just like her divorce and stuff like that. But I think she's also managed to keep it classy. Okay, next we've got Mrs. Leo / Loveline. I don't know if Loveline from the beginning, she was giving me like ringleader energy. Like it felt like she just wanted to be the queen bee in the squad, and I don't like girls like that or women like that, because I always just feel like, what are you trying to prove? Like, why can't we all just vibe and enjoy each other's company? So already that was just so strange to me. What I did like though, I loved the party that she threw for her 1-year-old. That was so cute, so precious. And also just seeing her interact with her kids, I like that. I like that you can tell that she really does care about her children and she wants the best for them. And just also her sharing her story of her daughter who is living with albinism, that was also quite special. And I felt like, you know, that is quite... I like that she opened up and she, you know, is allowing her to just share her story indirectly in this way, her daughter's story indirectly. So that's what I'm thinking about Loveline. Yeah, it's just that queen bee energy, that like, you know, I'm the queen. And unfortunately, when you're in, what is the word? Circles such as the Real Housewives of whatever franchise, basically people or women who are affluent, who have their own things, who are successful, you cannot come with that queen bee energy, because it's not going to work. If you feel like you want to kind of like establish dominance over people one way or another, it's just weird, because why can't everybody just kind of like take up that space and enjoy each other's company while all having that thing? There's no, you know. And the way that she also handled Roxy's son's traditional ceremony, like literally just ghosting her and not saying why she didn't go or why she chose to go to the Queen's Plate in favor of that. I feel like there's nothing wrong with feeling like she wanted to attend the Queen's Plate, or if she wanted to attend the Queen's Plate first and then stopping by and just saying, hey girl, you know, excuse me, particularly because they keep talking about how they've had a friendship of over 10 years or something along those lines. So I just wonder like what her definition of friendship is. Roxy, I don't know, like when she came on our screens, I felt like she had this like tough exterior, and I feel like it's just maybe as she opens up to us as well, it's that she's just been through a lot, right? So she's just kind of like trying to navigate what it means to be her in the context of just like her new life. It seems like she was in an abusive relationship, which she's shared briefly about, and I also think that's an important storyline, I think, to share for women in South Africa and just over the world, because a lot of people, I think, or women particularly who end up with these affluent men, find themselves in abusive relationships and not necessarily knowing how to navigate that. And it's just also that unfair power dynamic, which is like I said at the beginning of this video, is ladies, always try and have your own, because you don't want to find yourself in a situation where you're dependent on somebody and then they start to ill-treat you, and now you find yourself being stuck because you're just thinking, hey, soft life, once I leave this person, soft life. But also ask yourself, is soft life more important than your actual life? Maybe you could struggle a little bit once you leave the relationship, but I think that's better than losing your life to gender-based violence. And just on that note, I would just like to say that my heart goes out to all gender-based violence survivors and people who are going through that. We see you, we love you, and we believe you. I like that she's also giving the show an opportunity to celebrate Xhosa culture, and that is also very important, because at the end of the day, we are in South Africa, child, and those are the little things that separate us from the different franchises. So what I don't like about Rusta is Rusta, I'm not sure if it's Rusta or Rusta, I think it's Rusta. What I don't like about Rusta is I still feel like I don't know her. And also the whole pregnancy thing, like, I just felt like that was so staged, because even in the first episode, okay, congratulations, I'm happy for her that she's having a child. That's awesome, that's amazing. A child is always a blessing. However, it just felt like it was so staged, because even when they had the first episode, like, I felt like she already knew she was pregnant going into the show, because then they filmed that whole thing that like she's checking her pregnancy test, but like if anybody took notes, she already wasn't drinking before. Now, not knowing if she's just not a drinker because she's obviously a fitness fanatic, but that for me felt like insincere and a bit staged, so I didn't like that. Like, I get that we are filming reality television, but I just felt like you've got to be kidding me. I think she's interesting. I think she has a lot to offer. I would just like her to kind of show that side to her more. And for now, she's also been bringing like interesting outfits, except for that outfit that she wore at that mass party in the first episode. That was just the ghetto, the stocking. But I feel like the ladies said enough when it came to that. Like, it just wasn't giving Real Housewife, and I felt like she's such a beautiful woman, but like that was just Aisha, that was a miss. That was Kamel is just strange, man. Like, I don't know if I like her, if I don't like her, or what's her actual vibe. I like also that she's just been sharing her journey as a mom with her daughter particularly, and I also like she just has like a strong sense of self, which is always captivating. Like, people always bring you in. I like the fact that she shared her journey with her weight as well, and we're able to see her a lot more vulnerable. In general, I think these ladies have done a good job at showing us their vulnerability, so that is a plus. Kamel, I don't know if there's anything that I feel like is bad. She's just eccentric. She's just a housewife. She's just living her life and enjoying. No red flags as of yet. Her vibe is just weird sometimes, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, you know? Tato, I don't know what her vibe is. Like, she just reminds me of those ladies who are just, I don't like that chaotic energy. I don't resonate with that in it. Like, she kind of like talks about what her husband has done, and then she also talks about what she's done, and I'm just like, it seems like it might be a little bit of a toxic situation, but then also we're not necessarily getting the opportunity to hear from the husband, which is always a red flag as well, because now you're hearing one side of the story, like, what is the truth, you know what I mean? So that is a little bit of a red flag for me. I guess she's fun-loving. I guess she brings that chaotic element. She's giving me Brandy from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills when she was still on the franchise, you know, the girl who likes to drink and party, that type of energy. Yeah, I don't necessarily, I get the need for such a character, but I'm not necessarily connecting with her on a personal level. Like, I don't feel like there's anything good or anything that she has shown me that has been positive that we haven't seen before. I like that she's sharing with us about her wine and her business ventures, but I would just like to see more about from the side of Tato that is not like, you know, the side that she shows everyone, the facade, which I understand might be difficult coming into a reality television, that level of vulnerability. But yeah, there's just nothing that stands out for me about her that I feel like is positive. Lots of bad things that we can say, lots of bad things that she's been trending on Twitter, and people have been saying about her, South Africans have been saying about her, but there's nothing that I'm like, you know, there's no like endearing quality. Although I did like the conversation that she had with Roxy, just basically telling her that Mrs. Leo is not your friend, but then she's also turning around and just being weird when it comes to Bev, you know, because if my friend was having a party and saying there won't be food and then inviting us all on a yacht, I would have told her, Chumi, there is no way that people are going to enjoy your party in Resaji. And then we've got the new lady who seems like she's bringing an interesting element. We saw her, she was introduced right at the end of episode 4. I don't know her, Lulu, I think they were referring to her as Lou. She's told that she's a momfluencer. From what I'm seeing, I'm liking the fact that, you know, she seems like she's bringing an interesting vibe to the ladies. She seems like she's quite classy, which I think I like to see. For me, I don't necessarily, okay, apart from Bev, there's no one on khatlang when it comes to, like, you know, their appearance. Everybody else on the show for now they're not giving Real Housewife, they're giving, I don't know, but it's not like that Real Housewife. But once again, it's the first season, whatever. But yeah, that's my overview. That's my take up until now. I like I said at the beginning of the video, I had just finished episode 4, so we'll see, and looking forward to finding out like how it goes. Like I said, I would be open to watching the last season, the second season after this one, but delicious. I love it. But for now, yeah, that's just like an overview of like what I think about the characters. If you like videos just like this one, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what do you think about the characters. What do you wish that you could be shown more or see more when it comes to the characters, and will you be watching season 2? Bye for now.